Okay, it is I, Grandpa Ganja. I am back for another session, another topic. This one is a matter of life or death. In fact, that is the topic, the capital punishment in America. Now, there's a group of people out there who are campaigning to have capital punishment eliminated. They want to do away with it. They say it's inhumane. That's their argument. And now the people who support that group are naturally made up of the usual, serial killers and child murderers, gangbangers, cutthroats, CIA hitmen, all those unsavory kind of people, In fact, these are the very people who are most likely to end up on death row. And of course they're against it. They've got a vested interest in seeing capital punishment go the way of the Goonie bird, whatever. Well, I say this. I say we need more capital punishment, not less. Now let me just run over a couple of ideas to show you what I'm talking about here. Why we really need capital punishment. Start with deterrence. Now everybody knows that capital punishment is a deterrence. Once we fry a guy in the electric chair, by George, that guy is not going to commit another crime. You can count on it. Now, it's true. Capital punishment may not deter some asshole over here who's crazy and planning some outrage. I don't know about that, but it sure as hell deters the guy we just fried. There, it is a deterrence. Everybody knows that. There's another way to look at this business, and that's cost effectiveness here. California's going broke. We don't have any money, and I can say this for sure. I know this. Bullets and gas and ropes and electricity are a hell of a lot cheaper than life sentences. Okay, you want to send somebody away for life without parole, okay, he's going to be feeding at the public trough for the next 40, 50 years. You can do a guy in for about 14 cents worth of electricity. It looks to me like that's a rather obvious choice to make there. How about the matter of justice? This is important, and the Bible knows something about justice. And the Bible says, an eye for an eye. And I say this, if that's good enough for God, it's good enough for Grandpa Ganja. Closure. Now this is important, these horrible things happen to people, grisly murders and children, things involved, and they're awful. And they hang with a person forever. You experience something like that. And people need to get an end to it. And the best kind of closure they can get is when we fry that asshole up there in San Quentin and they get to sit on the spectator seat and watch it happen. That's what we call, in fact, I'll tell you this, they'd feel even better about it if you let them pull the trigger or press the button, throw the switch, or affix the noose to that asshole's throat. I know I would, by golly, if I were in that situation. We need to have public executions too. Good for the population. They raise morale. All the people assembled come together and see justice done. You can't beat it. We could make a festive occasion out of it and have balloons and piñatas and free ice cream for the kids and band music, everything, and make it a spectacle, by George, a real production. It would be good for everybody, and would save us money, because again we're talking about doing these people in and not having to spend a fortune to do it. All right, now so we don't have. Here's the thing: we don't have too many executions. We don't have enough. That's the problem. I'll give you some history. You go back to 1976. Now that's the year when the Supreme Court made executions legal again, capital punishment. Since 1976, California has had 13 executions. That's fewer than one every 3 years, I just saw in the paper the other day, somebody was up there, a judge, looking at the new gas chamber. The thing costs $900,000. We use it once every 3 years. That's wasteful. We've got to put that thing to work and make it pay its way. That's what we're talking about here. You have to, we need at least 100 executions a year to keep this whole operation going. Now here's the plan. See, now, most people they just complain. They don't have an answer for it. Grandpa Ganja comes up with a plan, by golly, and it is this. Why doesn't California contract with all the other states? And they could all send their death row people over to California, and we fry them over here for them. Of course, charge them a handsome fee for that, you know, for that service. And I'll go one better, you know. Why not go international? California could become the execution center for the world. Have all the countries send people over here, and we'll fry them all. You know, to do that, you know, we need more gallows, not fewer. We need more electric chairs, gas chambers. We need a few firing squads. Have them spread all over the state. Do you know right now today, if you want an execution, the only place you can go is San Quentin. Now that's not convenient for people. Some guy commits a crime, shoots 4 or 5 people down here on the border, Chula Vista, and you got to ship him all the way up to San Quentin just to gas him. Well, that's not convenient for anybody. I say this: why can't the city of San Diego have its own gas chamber? We know how to kill people down here just as well as they do up there. We could have every county in the state should have its own gas assembly, you know, a chamber. You could have a souvenir shop in there and free ice cream for the kids again. You know, by George, that's what we have to do. We have to have some forward thinking. Get a grip on this. That's what we need to do. Well, in any case, that's what Grandpa thinks you need to do, and I have spent some time putting this together. I don't just throw this stuff out there. I spent a whole hour and a half the other day working this out. Better believe it. Well, look, let me just say this. We're talking about the tip of an iceberg. It's about corruption and crap, and we ought to do something about it, by golly. And one of the things we can do is get rid of some of the people who are doing all this crap. By the way, let me just mention on the way here on note, this is one of my books I wrote. It's called, see that? It's called Tyrannicide, the Story of the Second American Revolution. You better believe it. I'll talk about this book another day. It's very, very funny and also very, very true. And it has a complete plan in it, a complete outline of a way to pull off a successful revolution and overthrow the government. It's all right here in this book. You can trust Grandpa Ganja here on this, I'll tell you. Well, let me put it this way. Tell you the truth, Grandpa Ganja's an old man now. I'll be 80 before I know it. And you know, I get tired. I'm tired now. It's hard to do this. And I'm exhausted. So here's what I'm going to do. And I recommend maybe we should just all do this, you know. Maybe we should just give everybody in America all the free ganja they want. And we could hold, you know, national smoke-ins all over the country on a regular basis, and maybe just forget the whole damn thing. Well, come to think of it, that's not a bad idea. And I think I'm going to do it right now. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to smoke this big bastard right here, and I'm going to sit back and just forget the whole damn thing. But don't you do that, actually, because I did make some good points here. I can help the state get a lot of jobs, create jobs. They talk about thousands of people will be the execution center of the goddamn cut world. Think about that. I gotta go. I gotta light this thing up and get some sanity back. Adios.